Okay, now the next topic is strings. So we're going to look at string operations, and string operations are very useful for fixing typos in your data. Remember, when we were discussing Python, we had a data set where some zeros were coded as O and ones were coded as L and things like that. So we had to clean the data up, and string operations are very useful for that purpose. So go ahead and open the shell file, and I have it in this folder here as class file. And this is not covered in the textbook that we are using, but this is covered in this book in chapter 14. And again, this book is also available online for free, so you can use this as a reference. Okay. Now, there are some base R string. So here, all the way at the bottom, I have a site link here. So there are string operations in base R, and then there are string operations in a package dedicated for string operation. That's called string R. So now if you take that and stick it in here. So here are the comparison between the base R and string R functions. So we're going to look at string R, which is really handy to use. And string R is part of the tidyverse library. So we will run tidyverse. So here, if we say message equal to false, then the message that appears when you run library will not appear in the knitted PDF file. See, nothing shows up. See here, if you at the here, this part will be suppressed in your PDF file. Okay, so here there is our string R. Okay, once you have string R, there are a whole bunch of functions, as we just saw. Okay, so one way to look at the different functions is if you go to the console and then you do str and underscore, and see these are all string R functions. You will see the entire list of string R functions here. Yeah. So this way you can look for, if you're looking for a particular something, you have something in mind and you're looking for a function, you can go and take a look at this in the help file. And of course, if you know a particular function, then you want to know how to use it, then you come here to the terminal and say length, all right, and then you put a question mark in front, and that will give you a help screen with some basic information that will be useful. All right, so let's look at some examples. So start with the str length function. This returns the length of a string, and this is similar to nchar in base R. So suppose you have a list, right, that has a string like this. Okay, so it has a bunch of strings, 3 strings. Okay. All right. So now if I do str length of A, so this gives me a list of how long this one is, the first string, how long is the second string, how long is the third string. Now, if I did n char of A, that also produces the same thing. Okay.